I recently watched the entirety of Hazbin Hotel the other day to see what all the fuss was about, and while I have a ton of notes on things I thought about the show, what I liked, what I didn't like, all that jazz, I wanted to talk about one thing today. The swearing. Oh my god, guys. You weren't kidding when you were making those blank if it was written by VivziePop videos. This show's vocabulary is insane. I checked to see if someone did a counter on how many vulgar words were used in the show, and in just episode 1, there were 55! So if I did the math correctly, since there are 23 minutes in that episode, that means that there were about 2 to 3 swears every minute. That's crazy. Is this crazy to you guys, or am I just like freaking out for no reason? Because this is crazy to me. This video is just gonna be me talking about this one issue I had with the show. I had many issues, don't get me wrong, but those can be saved for later because this is just something that I have noticed in so many forms of media where the humor is solely based on saying things just to say them, and I'm sick and tired of it. Yes, I understand that Hazbin Hotel is an adult show that takes place in hell, and it won't be vanilla, obviously, but there's a difference between comedic timing with vulgar language and just swearing to swear. As some of you know, I'm a huge fan of South Park, and that show does not hold back when it comes to saying just downright atrocious things. But the difference between South Park and Hazbin Hotel in regards to the vocabulary is that South Park often has reasons and motivations behind each line. Not always, because not every show is perfect, but in more cases than none, there are motivations. If you swear every minute, everything has less impact. Those words are supposed to exaggerate and emphasize an emotion. If you're just slinging swears around like it's confetti, it'll become dull and meaningless very quickly. It's called an F-bomb, not an F-machine gun. Swearing is like a spice. It's great when it's used in the right places with the right amount, but it can be too much at times. A good example of this is a PG-13 movie. There are certain standards that are raised to the script writing of a PG-13 movie, and one of those standards is the amount and also types of swearing that can or cannot be used. In a PG-13 movie, the swearing is so scarce and spread out, which is why it's so effective when it is inevitably used. You're only allowed one F-bomb, so don't fuck it up. But in Hazbin's case, there are moments where a character will just say something insanely vulgar for no reason besides shock value, and it just took me out of the scene every single time. There were so many scenes where I was like, that could have been funny if they didn't try to be so edgy. You don't need to curse to prove a point. And this isn't me just being like, oh, don't swear, it's not nice. It's me saying that the lines had no purpose besides shocking the audience. It's something that the show desperately needs to improve on if they want to create a season 2. Another difference between shows like Hazbin and South Park is that South Park's jokes are nuanced and not one-dimensional. They require critical thinking skills, while Hazbin's jokes are just so dry and so one-note, it feels like the writers are making fun of me. So I was watching the show and was constantly wondering if I was being punked, because it felt like the writers were doubting my ability to understand smart and in-depth humor. I know this isn't a big deal, and VivziePop has already shown that she doesn't care about these types of opinions, but I honestly just needed to rant. It's so frustrating to me when shows do this, where they automatically think that swearing equals funny. No, not the case. You need build-up, a punchline, or at least a reason for the audience to think it's funny, whether you have background or lore, or just a callback to something that happened earlier. I genuinely feel like this show could have so much potential if they just got a new writer. I'm sorry, VivziePop, but the most you got out of me when watching this show was maybe a huff of air out of my nose once in a while. Anyways, rant over. I just needed to say something because I love sharing my opinions on the internet, and I just wanted to get this off my chest. Sorry this video was so different from my normal ones, but I've been wanting to try something new like this anyways, so tell me what you think. Also, if you're new to my channel and you enjoyed this, you should subscribe. I'm almost at 100k subscribers, and it would be awesome to reach that goal. Anyways, thanks for watching, thanks for listening to me complain. Have a great rest of your day.